gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long-range jumper.
Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Chris Paul bring a dinner with the dish. D-Book on the corner with the swish. We the Valley, hating with the dunk. Posterizing, now the crowd getting pumped. We the best, I ain't talking about Cali. Who's next? Never winning in the Valley. Can't wait for that championship rally. Send them home, send them back to Cali. Stand up if you're down for the Suns. Put a finger in the air, we number one. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing.
Welcome everybody to the Aussie Suns Fans podcast. We are at season 3, episode 4. Special guest today, special exciting episode. We probably should have given everyone a warning before Boyd stuck that fucking head up, but we're here. We're ready to roll. We've got some great topics to talk about, but first, let's introduce our special guest, Sunderous Dunks. Keith, how you going, buddy?
Hey guys, nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm rapt that you could join us, mainly because you are one of the people that did block Boyd on Twitter, which is, I think, my favourite pastime. So can you give us any background on why you blocked him?
You know, I enjoyed that too. I can't remember why I did it, but, you know, he tends to be a cunt from time to time. So, you know, we do what we got to do, but it's all good now. It's water under the bridge.
And of course, as always, we have Boyd with a conspicuously bald head. How you going, mate?
Good, buddy. Really cool with this head too, eh? It's I'm so streamlined. I'll be quicker. I'll be be able to get around the kids a lot better. I'll get through my work faster. It's gonna be great. But no, I've got a bit of an oopsie on the back of my head, and it was getting a bit infected, so I had to shave it off. And I was telling you earlier, I was going with the number 5, and the bloody the attachment fell off, and I just went zip and fucking took it all down too low, so I had to finish it. So anyway.
Well, I'm very excited to be here after a fantastic win against the Blazers. I will apologise to everyone up front. I did renovate my lawn today and do a whole heap of work outside, so I'm about 12 beers deep already. By the time we finish, I'll probably be a slab deep, so this is going to be interesting. But if you're watching us on YouTube, listening to us afterwards, whatever the case may be, do us a solid, hit the like button, leave a comment, stars, reviews, all that sort of rubbish that everyone else talks about. It just helps us out. We're starting to get more and more people viewing the shows, and we really love it. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, and make us look good. First up, guys, let's have a look at the games that we have watched this week since our last pod. 2 games, both against Portland. Saturday our time yesterday, 106-108 loss. I didn't get to see much of that game, to be honest. And today, an absolute smacking, which is probably what should have happened yesterday. Thoughts on these 2 games? Let's go with you, Keith. Hook us up.
Okay.
What were your thoughts?
Yeah, you know, I guess I can throw my notes away for Houston and Minnesota. I thought we were doing those too, but
yeah, next. Oh no, that was last week. We already did that.
Okay, that's cool. You know, DA is back now anyway, so that's better. You know, yesterday obviously was very frustrating. We came out as a 12-point favorite. We were feeling ourselves. we didn't come out with the right energy at all. The Blazers are a good team this year. They're playing hard, and they took it to us, you know. Obviously, Cam got hurt early in the game. We'll talk more about that later. You know, DA was playing well in the first half. We went away from him in the second half like we always tend to do. It's so frustrating. He just doesn't get the ball in the second half. And obviously the ending was frustrating. You know, Mikal Bridges did not have a good game. He was really tentative at the end. He did not look like he wanted the ball at all. He traveled. They said it wasn't a travel after the game. I don't know where they're getting that from. It was a travel. But they traveled as well, and we lost. So second game tonight, much better. The homie returned, Dario Saric. You know, he got 9 points and 9 rebounds in 21 minutes. He had a couple little flip layups, you know, goofy guy that he is. They interviewed him after the game. I haven't got to watch it yet, though. Bridges was much more aggressive. He had 11 points in only 27 minutes. Most of that was in the first half. The biggest thing was just our blocks and our defense. You know, we had 14 blocks. They said it was the most blocks for the Suns since 2010. We had 4 guys with multiple blocks. Craig and Busy both had 3 blocks, even though they didn't play that much minutes. And, you know, CP finally shot a little better, took more shots. And, of course, Booker is Booker. So there you go.
And how about how good was Torrey Craig? I mean, everyone lost their shit on Twitter about Cam Johnson's gone. We're fucked. We need to basically make a trade today, bring in another power forward, blah, blah, blah. Torrey Craig was sensational. He's been sensational all year.
He's been great all year, you know, and I thought he was trash last year. I did not want him back on the team. I thought he was one of the worst players in the NBA. And he's telling me to shut the hell up. You know, he's been great. If he keeps playing like this, you know, we might be able to hold on a little bit longer.
Boyd, how'd you see the 2 games?
Yeah, no, well, I loved it today, obviously. Yesterday, I was excited to start the game, and then I just feel like I feel like yesterday was a bit of a combination of not a new style of officiating, but you know, them cracking down on the trap.
It was just shit officiating.
It's just so clunky, so stop-start, and no one really knew, you know, if they were allowed to do certain things. And it was a mixture of that, but also Monty was probably a little bit left his guard down a little bit. And you know, in that first quarter, when we started rolling out our benchies, I think we had a fair chunk there where we had 4 or 5 benchies on at the same time, whereas today it was more staggered. We gave them their proper dues today, I thought. Whereas yesterday it was like, well, these guys are all fucking nufties, and we're just going to chuck in whatever we want, and we're going to do a job. It wasn't the case. So these young guys, these guys getting their shot, they basically got a little bit of wind in their sails. They got, you know, a little taste yesterday in that first quarter and second, and then they you know, they put the fucking sword to us, and it really fucking annoyed me. And you know, I just the bench was a completely different story today. Our bench, that is, it was fairly crisp. I especially liked the way Shemet's passes were just zinging around the court. They were fast, and I mean, he didn't like bounce on 10 assists or anything, but he looked more like he knew what he wanted to do, and he was getting the ball where he wanted it. He just had a better it just slowed down a bit for him, but it just looked really, really, really nice with Shemet. Torrey Craig's energy is just fucking like 2021 Torrey. He's just he's doing stuff that Gavin, you had him traded the fucking the Shanghai Sharks. Torrey Craig.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I did too.
You fucking lying piece of shit.
Last year you did. Last season.
No, I didn't.
You fucking did. Both him and Campaign.
Go and dig that shit up. Campaign definitely. Torrey Craig, no.
Fuck off. No, you did.
Go and dig that shit up. You're full of shit. You've shaved
I'll
your
dig
head
it up.
and you
I'll
lost
dig it
your
up.
brain.
I'll dig it up. I shaved too much off, you reckon? But yeah, look, completely different contrast today in the way that the guys put in. Like I said, I think that bringing the bench on in staggered minutes. We put them to the sword early today, and then we rested in the fourth. That's the way we should be playing it against, regardless of what opposition that we have. We need to give these guys a fair bit of respect. The league's gotten better right across the fucking, every team. I mean, they're professionals, right? So every team has a squad that can go out there and light it up at some stage. So look, we need to, be a little bit smarter with that sort of thing, and I think we'll be fine. I think Monty probably learned a couple of things this weekend too.
Well, I think yesterday was a typical Suns game that we've seen for fucking years. We expect to walk in, win it by 20, walk out, and then we lose to an absolute fucking rabble. Today, because it was a back-to-back, they just answered the question. It was as simple as that, and we put them away, which is what we should have done.
We wanted it tonight. We were not going to lose for a third time against them.
Isn't it?
No, and there was absolutely zero chance that on a back-to-back we were going to be embarrassed like we were yesterday. It would have been if we played the Adelaide 36ers the night after they beat us, we would have beaten by 75. That's exactly how they played tonight. It was simple as that.
Man, they're a bogey team for us this year. It's like this season. It feels like they're
early season.
Only two losses are to the fucking Blazers, the shit ass Blazers. We're fucking good.
Early in the season, every season, the fucking Blazers beat us.
Yeah,
every year.
Yeah,
every year. Look, really good, solid win today. It was great to see the bench get some time. The big thing out of today's game for me is, can everybody stop with the Dwayne Washington Jr. talk now? There's a reason he's a two-way, and he showed it today. He is not better than Campaign. He is not going to get in front of Campaign in the rotation. Let it go.
Absolutely. Payne is playing well this year, and I think he's back, so I hope he gets healthy soon.
Boyd, any comment?
Campaign, you know me, man. I'm always on the
talking about Dwayne Washington Jr.
Oh, Dwayne Washington Jr. Yeah, no, I didn't get too overly. Well, when he dropped that 30 piece, I got a little bit hard. I will admit.
12 turnovers. Yep.
Yeah, 12 turnovers. Yeah. No, look, I thought. I honestly thought that I was really low on Damian Lee. And he's made me look a little bit silly. But I thought Dwayne might be able to knock him out, but Damian Lee's really proved me wrong otherwise. So yeah, no, Dwayne Washington, he's just he's there for games like today when we're up by 20, 30 points.
Look, the really positive thing is Damian Lee doesn't need to make you look silly. You do that yourself.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Next week's games. So we have a road trip, yeah?
Yeah.
Philly, and apologies, Keith. We are looking at all of this stuff Australian-wide.
Yeah, no problem.
And the times. So we have Philly, 12 p.m. Tuesday on NBA TV, Minnesota, 12 p.m. Thursday on League Pass, and Orlando, 11 a.m. Saturday on League Pass. What's the thoughts? 3 games, Philly, Mini, and Orlando. What are we going to do? No, Keith, you go first.
No, you go, Keith. You go.
All right, thanks, man. You're such a nice guy. I really appreciate it, man. They say you're a dick, but you're a lot nicer than they say.
A lot of people say that.
So I'm really excited, man. Our first kind of East Coast road trip here. Devin Booker always goes off on the East Coast, especially against Philly.
Loves an away game.
He's definitely going to go at least for 40, maybe 50 against Philly. I think he does pretty well against Orlando too. Minnesota should be a good matchup. We just took care of them pretty easily this week. The Twin Towers has not been working there at all so far. Everybody's calling them a failure. I think they should maybe give a little bit more time before they say that. But this should be 3 wins, in my opinion, and Devin Booker's going to go off.
Boyd?
Okay, so Philly at the moment, Embiid's out at the moment. I'm not sure if he'll be right by that game, but he's been out.
That's
You reckon he'll be back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think he's missed the last couple anyway. So fingers crossed he's not playing. And I'm not one of these guys that fucking, waffles on about, oh, fucking want to play him at their full strength. No, fuck that. They can put all their fucking third stringers in and we'll pump them by 40. That's what now I like seeing a good game, but fuck, I want big wins. I want them fucking every day. That's what I want. So hopefully Embiid's out. And the next game against Mini, what's his name? Rudy Gobert's in COVID protocols at the moment.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He just went in today, or was it yesterday?
Oh, good. He's going to shut the entire fucking league down again.
Right back where we started.
So we've got 2 games in a row where they could be missing their one of their key pieces. So I've got W, and I've got another W, and then we have what's that last game again, Gav?
Orlando.
Now I've got a W there as well, but I'm a little bit more cautious of Orlando, given the way that we let our guard down. We've let our guard down twice against the Blazers, and let these upstarts sort of fucking, and with the 36ers as well, the Adelaide 36ers. It seems to be like our weakness is playing shit teams. It seems to be. So it's our only weakness. But look, I think with that Banchero, is it Banchero? Palo?
I think it's Banchero, but yeah, whatever.
Banchero, yeah, that's one.
We're Australian. We could say Banchero.
Banchero, okay.
We're allowed.
All right, so I think Banchero is he's playing really well. And look, I don't think he's a player that can put a team on his back just yet, and he can't put it to us. But they can definitely surprise us and maybe put a couple of runs in that sort of make us go, fuck, we've got to play Devin and Chris 32 minutes instead of 25 today. And so look, I just like to be wary of teams like that, but it's a W all the same.
What a shock. 3 W's from
3 W's, yeah.
Look at us, cocky motherfuckers.
We're all shocked as hell, boy. Philly, I think Embiid will be back. I kind of hope he is, because DA really, really actually plays well against Embiid. And I think that comes down to Embiid mouthing off when DA was drafted, because there was a lot of comparisons between DA and Embiid when DA was drafted. And what was Embiid's statement? Don't compare us. I play defense.
Defense, yeah.
Which, I would say that DA's defense is a lot better than Embiid's at this point, in my opinion. But I didn't even realize that Joel was out. Is he injured?
Back. He's basically.
Wasn't it just sickness? Wasn't he just a non-COVID related sickness?
He's basically the younger version of AD. And I think, Harden's out for 6 weeks.
Oh, he is too. He is too. But Tyrese, I'd prefer to play more minutes against Harden than fucking Maxey, if I'm being honest.
Tyrese Maxey is firing right now.
Yeah, I know.
He's the worry. He's the worry. Minnesota, I know you said, Keith, you said, we got to give Minnesota more time. No, I don't have to give them more time. They are.
Fair enough.
They are. That was the dumbest trade ever. They overpaid for it, and there's a reason the teams don't run around with 2 centers, and everybody so far is exposing exactly why you don't run around with 2 centers.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is they've totally cut off Anthony Edwards at the knees. He needs that.
And that's the worst
dry.
thing. That's the worst thing. It makes me so. Poor old Kermit should have had the keys to that team by now.
Oh yeah. Hey, but this is great, man. This is great. There's going to be another Western Conference team that is expecting to be really, really good, who are just going to be fucking falling apart. They could be blowing it up. There might be more pieces on the old trade block that we can have a sniff at. So
I think the biggest problem is that by trade deadline, Minnesota will work out that they need to give the keys to Kermit. And when they do figure that out, Cat's going to be on the block. And who the fuck wants Cat? He doesn't play defense. He basically hogs the ball for 20 of a 24-second shot clock. There was a lot of talk previously about the Suns trading DA for Cat.
I'd take Cat.
If the Suns did that, I'd burn the fucking... You take Cat over DA.
No, not over DA. I said I'd take him.
Well, that's the point. Keith, what are your thoughts about bringing in Cat?
Hell no. We don't need the Twin Towers, and I definitely am not trading a guy that plays defense for a guy that plays zero defense. And that's why they brought in Gobert, because Cat can't play defense to save his life.
And the big thing is, Cat is basically a James Harden center. He gets the ball and wastes 22 seconds of a shot clock.
You know what? Cat's been pandered to at that franchise since he started there, right? And I think Jimmy Butler coming in was probably a big... I thought Jimmy was going to be able to turn him around because Jimmy's fucking hard like fucking steel, and Cat's a fucking...
And then what happened?
Cat's a bit soft. I think he just got his way, and I think it's because he's a franchise favorite. But look, I feel like if... I think Cat's a fucking like a stud, an offensive stud. And for his size and his shooting capability,
fucking hell.
I know the defense is an issue, but I think if he fell into a system where he's got fucking, deep book, like fucking them fucking steely eyes fucking staring at him, and when he's not, putting on defense.
Okay, so we'd have to...
I think he'd fall into a line. I think he'd fall into a line.
We'd have to...
Where's the sounder, Kevin? Cut him off.
We'd have to give up half of our fucking franchise for a player like Cat when we've already got Jock Landale, who does everything Cat does. Stand on the three-point line, shoot fucking threes, go inside, offensive read.
No, you're right. You're right, Gav. You're right there. You're right there.
Defense.
You're right there, mate. You're right there. Move on from Cat. We're playing them next week. We don't have to talk about trading for their fucking...
All right. We're moving on. This week I've changed this to this week in basketball. Because there's been a lot that fucking happened this week in basketball. But we'll start with a couple of Suns things. Number one, the Cameron Johnson conundrum. It's back again. The rumor is meniscus, which is 4 to 6 weeks. We've spoken about it a couple of times over the last few weeks. Our last pod, I came out and said, yes, Cam's definitely a starter, blah, blah, blah. Injury again, though, after another career-type game. How concerned is everybody about the fact that Cam comes out, gets some form, gets some momentum, and then falls over again? Keith?
Oh, man, I'm really concerned. I love Cam Johnson. He's great. He's so much better than Jay Crowder. And, he had these red flags going into the draft. Everybody talked about his hips. They didn't really mention his knees and his thighs, but that's been the problem so far. And I don't know if that's connected to his hips. I don't know if he's the next Anthony Davis, just made of glass or whatnot. But it's obviously very concerning. Can this guy be a starter long-term? I have no idea. He definitely bet on himself with the contract situation, and right now he's losing money. I think they're saying if it's the meniscus, he can either do the snip and be out, 4 to 6 weeks, or he can have the full repair and, be out 4 to 6 months. And then, he's lost himself a lot of money. So I'm concerned for him, but I think we'll be okay. Obviously, if Torrey keeps playing the way he's been playing and Dario keeps coming in like he did today, we can hold off a little bit and then make a good Jay Crowder trade that helps us down the line, and we'll be fine.
Boyd.
Hey, look, there's two sides of this, right? I'm not worried about Cam Johnson being injury prone right now. All these niggles that he's had, like the quad, the muscle niggle. I think so says Jay. Justin was talking about it on his pod, and I'm pissed that he got to that narrative before I did because it's exactly what I was going to say today. So, yeah, basically, look, if it's a meniscus tear, like I've had one of them before, it's not that bad. If it's an ACL or a PCL or anything like that, it's
It's
a
not
little
that
bit
bad.
more
It's either 4 to 6 weeks or 4 to 6 months.
It's 4 to 6 weeks, man. Don't talk months. It's not months.
Cam and his history says to me he needs surgery.
But don't talk to me about history. Look, this is a meniscus tear is up there with something that I call a decent injury, right? But all these niggles when he's fucking when he hurt his quad and hurting a finger, that sort of shit, or just a bit of a sprained wrist, that's not major, man. I don't put this guy in the same category as people who are doing Achilles and fucking getting full knee reconstructions and this bad shit, man. This is not on the same level. And now here's the good side of this is that, Keith, you're exactly right. We're staring down the barrel of paying this guy between $20 and $25 million per year. But if this national narrative with Cam Johnson being brittle and all this carries on, it could play in our favour in the future. So we might be able to get him for something a lot more decent that'll allow us to do other things on the roster, and it might play into our favour that way. Also, it's going to give us a chance to showcase Dario, and obviously not Jay, but if all the rumors are true and we're looking at a decent trade by trade deadline, it's really key to get Dario out there and get some people sniffing around and interested. That way you've got Jay's 10, you've got Dario's 10, you've got 20 million there. You can get a decent rotation player and throw a pick or two or whatever. Depends on what's out there. The landscape of people that are available is gonna change before trade deadline, especially with all the upsets in the league right now, and people who thought they were going to be in contention and now they're not. The whole Wemby side of it, people might start looking to tank and want to offload a semi-star or whatever. So getting to showcase Dario at a time like this is really good for us, and he went pretty well today. You'll probably agree. So yeah, it's not such a bad thing. I think it'll play out well for us in the future, and yeah, but for trade deadline as well.
It has to be a concern right now, yeah. This is the last 2 seasons, and without Crowder, and Crowder sitting at home, this is a concern. Do I think we need to make a trade right now? No. But let's be honest. If we look at today's game, we played the Blazers. So Torrey Craig was sensational as the starter. Dario played well coming off the bench, but we played the Blazers. What happens when we come up against Giannis?
Well, we got serviceable guys there. We're going to be. It's just only regular season, man.
You think those serviceable guys are going to be able to match a player like Giannis?
No, I don't. I didn't say that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying don't be concerned right now. It's 2 to 4 weeks. Look, if you want to be a real worrywart, be concerned about the next 10 years for Cam Johnson. Don't fucking worry about this season. He's got 2 to 4 weeks off. He's going to come back. He's going to be fine. We're going to get to showcase some other guys. We're going to be good.
I really hope you're right, but generally you're wrong.
I am.
All right, next topic. Has Chris Paul lost his shot? Keith?
I don't think so. I think he's just, deferring to other people. He's trying to work himself back into shape. The guy is older. He always takes a few games to get back in shape. He's been a little off on some of the longer shots, but I think he'll be fine. He's starting to make more of them. My only concern is, can this guy hold up with the playoff schedule, every other day? That's going to be the only question in my mind with Chris Paul.
Boyd?
No, I don't think he's lost his shot at all. Sunderous is exactly right. He's I've really enjoyed watching him play off of the ball. It's been it's a new wrinkle in his game, and it's got to be scary for an opposition knowing that knowing what Chris Paul has been for 18 years, for the most part, a ball dominant guy, and his usage rate has obviously dropped off a lot. Now they've got to worry about so many other things that are happening on the court, and he can still get to his spot. We've seen it this season. He still gets to his spot, and he can still fucking drop that dagger right from the elbow. So he's fine. Like, he's fine. He's dropped a couple of threes. He's probably not used to shooting them as much as he has been recently. So let him get his eye in. He'll be good.
Yeah, well, defenders are dropping off, allowing him those shots.
Yeah.
I think let's go back to this. This is true. When you start missing short, it's because you're getting old. And I don't know this personally because even though
you're young,
sounds like a life lesson right there.
I'm 44 years old. I still just drain threes left, right, and center. But Chris is
now it's Boyd's defense in your face.
He's missing these shots now, but it's Chris Paul. Yeah, he's a professional. It is what, 8 games into a season. By the end of the season, this dude, he'll readjust. We'll be fine.
I think we'll be too. So if you're getting old,
I know that Justin thinks he's washed. But let's be honest.
Keep that going, Justin, because that reverse psychology thing is working a treat. But this Blaze Megatron said that if you're getting old, you start missing short. If you're missing short, hasn't that got to do with your leg strength or something like that, or how tired your legs are or something? I don't know. But yeah, his legs might be getting a bit tired, but he'll, like I said, yeah, you're right, Gavin. He'll adjust. He'll be good.
So he was. I put this on before tonight's game. He was 3 for 7 tonight, 2 for 4 from 3-point land. If Chris Paul's hitting 2 from 4, I'm good.
We're good.
When it comes to crunch time, if he's still hitting those mid ranges, I'm good.
Absolutely. And he did that the other night. We took over, I think it was against Houston in the fourth quarter, and Chris Paul was a lot of that.
There you go. Justin, thank you. Keep up that energy.
Justin in the chat catching strays.
Let's look at the next one. We're going to go outside of Phoenix basketball for this one. The Nets implosion. Did everybody else enjoy this as much as I did?
Yes.
Keith,
absolutely.
Keith, tell me about the Nets implosion. What were your thoughts?
Man, how could they not see this coming? You know, you put all your eggs in the crazy Kyrie basket. How do you not see this coming? This guy, he's a flat earther. He wouldn't get the vaccine. He's always got some kind of crazy beliefs he's trying to impose. So, you know, how did they not see this coming? You know, KD should have kept his trade request going. I can't believe he retracted it in the summer like a pussy. You know, I don't know what that was about. But, you know, now they're bringing in Coach Udoka. You know, after this guy just got suspended and fired by the Celtics for having an inappropriate relationship. Yeah, it's just they're a mess. And, yeah, they're done. It's crazy.
Boyd?
Mate, they just have to bring in Miles Bridges and Josh Primo. And they'll him, Udoka, fucking Kyrie. Be a fucking shit show. And I'm here for it too. I'll watch that all day. I'll watch them implode. But no, it's I saw today on Twitter, apparently the demands that the Nets have of Kyrie. It's like one thing to say, all right, okay, just send out an apology. All right, he'll get his fucking PR guy to go and fucking type something up and send it out. He'll stay off Twitter for a couple of days and Insta and whatever. But he's got to do other shit now, shit that's going to make him have to sit there face to face with people and swallow his fucking pride. And the fucker is not going to do that, man. He's not going to fucking buck. I don't think he's going to do it. And if he does, it'll be fucking hilarious to watch.
I saw the funniest tweets about that today. Basically, the Brooklyn Nets are making Kyrie do my career challenges
Mike
to try and build up VC.
Oh man, he needs some fucking VC. That guy. He's Oh man, it's so good because here's the thing. It's him and KD are tied, right? They're tied. It's supposed to be their franchise. Well, KD's franchise, you will say, but Kyrie's supposed to be the main piece there with him. And shit goes south for Kyrie. I mean, you know, we could get KD asking out once again, and it's his price could be going down, and we may just have to give up a Dario Saric who's being showcased recently, a Jay Crowder and a fucking Shemet and a pick or two. Who knows? But anyway, it's fun to watch.
I think that's the big thing is the preseason asking price is being driven way down now.
Oh yeah.
Although I did see from Windhorse today that Minnesota wants Kyrie. If that happens, we know the trade market's going to be fucked up again. Because
doesn't surprise me. Minnesota wants
are a
fucking
fucking disgrace.
Far out. Kyrie and D'Lo.
I think D'Lo would probably have to be in the trade, I would assume.
Yeah, I would have thought D'Lo's in the trade.
Yeah, well, Brooklyn win that. And that's saying something.
I didn't see that rumor, but that would just make the Wolves even more of a clusterfuck. So, yeah, go for it.
Okay, let's move on to player behaviour in the NBA. So, Josh Primo running around wearing trench coats. Miles Bridges punching up his missus. Eric Bledsoe slapping the shit out of his missus. What the fuck is wrong with some of those NBA players? Why can't they all be wholesome like Book?
Fuck, man.
Hey,
look,
Go ahead, Boyd.
This is fucked up, man. Like, they're just grubs, and the NBA, they're fucking grubs, man. It is the NBA should just be not. There shouldn't be a way back for these guys. There shouldn't be a fucking way back. You see the state of Miles Bridges' partner. It was really, really hard to look at, and he's just a fucking grub, man. If any club takes that guy on, I'll have a problem with that club, and you know I think their fan base will as well. Joshua Primo.
No one will, because the NBA will suspend him as soon as he signs.
Yeah, but I mean, if there's an end to that suspension, if it's not a life suspension and there's an end to it, and then he winds up somehow, I don't see it fucking washing really well with any fan base. But Josh Primo out there flashing his cock, funny as fuck. I've young Boyd's done that shit before, and I haven't got much to flash. So it's that's all. That was back in the fucking. Yeah, it was a long time ago. It was 20 odd years ago. But there is a way back for Primo. He's just a young fucking idiot out there getting his junk out. So it's not quite on Miles Bridges' level, I would say.
Keith?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, the Primo thing is really weird. It took the Spurs like 10 months to do anything.
Oh, really?
That's what the victim is saying, at least, and her attorney.
Shit.
There's obviously a lawsuit now. The huge question is who knew what at what point in time. You know, did Coach Pop know? The victim is saying he was told early on, at least by July of this year. He obviously didn't address that. But it just makes the Spurs organization look really bad. There are at least other people who knew. The general manager knew what was going on, and they did nothing, you know. And I mean, it's even worse than the Robert Sarver situation. And it's just a really bad look for everybody. And the Bridges thing, it's really disappointing. He got a slap on the wrist from the legal system. It's really disappointing. And, if he comes back, he's suspended. It's probably only going to be for a year or less. And we'll see if anyone picks him up. I hope not.
I can't see anyone picking up Bridges. I think they'll leave it for 12 months while he launches his rap career. Like, the guy is a fucking moron. No one should ever sign that idiot. You put hands on a girl and your partner, you should be honestly, if he does come back, I hope that everybody in the NBA goes 80s basketball on him and just fucking destroys him.
Oh yeah,
Amen. Take him out.
that'd be a good game to watch where the refs were in on it too, and they were just letting shit slide, and just this guy just gets fucking railroaded.
Good,
that'd be good.
He's so good.
That'd be good to watch.
I mean, Draymond Green wouldn't do it unless he could king it in.
No, well, it depends on how much smaller he is than Draymond. Draymond's a fucking pussy. He's a fucking big girl's dick, and he's fucking he likes to pick on little skinny guards. He's fucking nothing.
He just runs his fucking mouth all the time.
Yeah. Yes.
Fake tough guy. Sorry, Locked On Warriors, or Locked On Dubs. I know we're only fans. We don't have the inside running. We shouldn't be talking about this, but go fuck yourself.
That's real quick. That's been my favorite part of the year so far. The Warriors have lost 5 in a row. They look like shit, you know.
How good is that?
It's great, you know. They're worse than the Nets.
And let's hope that continues. Aussie lessons for our US counterparts. I added this late, right?
Yeah, what's this about?
After watching the game today with our Suns commentators. So, number one, I'm going to address this one first. When you use the word Aussie, I know it's spelled AUSSIE, but for our US counterparts, we have a lot of US guys here. Replace the S with a Z. Because when we hear about Jock Landale going, oh, the Aussie rejects the ball and sends it away, no, we cringe. It's Aussie.
Aussie,
so you may as well.
Aussie.
There you go.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Perfect.
Here we go.
Get rid of the S, replace it with a Z. Perfect. Aussie. Number two, I've seen all over Twitter this week, and this is a shout out to our mate Espo on the PHNX pod. He's copped a lot of shit this week because Jock Landale called him a clown. So, and I know Justin is halfway through, so says Jay, is halfway through a lot of these lessons. But just a shout out to you guys. And Keith, I'm going to get you to throw out anything else you might be confused about after this. You probably won't. But when an Australian calls you a clown, it is because you've hit them with something we believe is funny. Right? So
that's how Americans interpret it as well, isn't it?
No. Espo has copped so much shit about Jock calling him a clown.
Really?
Telling him that this isn't a compliment, my guy. Guys, in Australia, it kind of is. When you throw an insult at someone in Australia, you just go, oh, you fucking clown. Because they got you.
Over here, it means you're full of shit. We can't listen to anything you say. Or it just means you're Pennywise and you're fucking scary as hell. So it's not a good thing over here.
Over here, not so much. Australian-wise, a clown, we throw clown out when someone's actually burnt you and you've got nothing else to come back with. Is that fair, boy?
Fair enough. I honestly, I saw that tweet and I didn't read that much into it. I didn't go read all the comments either. So yeah, there is that. But yeah, rightio. It's like it's a little bit taboo over there. It's not as
not so much taboo. Just I think it's an insult.
It means a bit more
over there.
It's a bit more offensive.
It's an insult over there. Like over here, we could say cunt, and it's a term of endearment.
Always is, yeah.
And over there, it's not so much.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can call Boyd a cunt anytime I want, right? Is that okay?
You can, yeah.
On here, absolutely you can. It's encouraged.
I'll take you out and buy you dinner if you call me it a few times.
Sounds good, cunt.
Yeah.
So, and from Hugo, they're being called a clown in the States is usually like a diss. Here, it is not. Do you have any other examples of this, boy? Words we use here that not so bad over there or worse over there? Or Keith, any questions? Any words that?
Oh yeah, I got one. I got one that actually.
You see us throw around, and they're not that bad to us, but maybe to you.
I don't know. My only question is, a lot of the British words are different than the English words. Is that the same in Australia? Like, do you call the elevator the lift and things like that?
Yeah. We
what about
certainly have
cracking?
all that.
I was chatting with Justin. I think it was a couple of years ago, and I said, I might have tweeted him or something. Anyway, I was using the term cracker, and I was talking about this, having a cracker of a day, or that's a fucking cracker. Good on you. Yeah. And he sort of paused a little bit, and he's fucking sort of went cracker. But a cracker is a racist over there. Is that right?
It means like a hillbilly to me. A white person, a white hillbilly is what it means to me.
So to us, it means great.
Yeah, it's fucking like
have a cracker of a day is have a great day.
Yeah. So that was a good one. But yeah, no, I can't think of any more, man. That's something.
Here's a good one. Here's a good one from Hamo, and a lot of you guys who've watched us would know this, but thumbs go on your feet, not on your butt.
Yeah, that's a G-string that goes on your bottom.
Correct.
It's yes.
As
long as nobody on this show is wearing it, I don't give a damn. I do not want to see that.
I am wearing them. Look, here they are. That's a thong.
As long as you're not wearing the other kind, then we're all good.
Oh, shit.
All right.
What's next?
Next segment, questions for Sunderous. I've thrown two. I've given you two that you get a heads up for, Keith. But I'm sure Boyd's going to throw probably a couple more.
Boy, here we go.
Number one, please tell us your top 3 Suns pods.
Not including this one. They're obviously number one.
Oh, he's added something. Not including this one.
That was exactly my thought. Obviously I'm here, so I love you guys. And, you're always going to be at the top of my list. So that's just too easy. We can't even count that. But, of course, PHNX has got to be on the list. They're great. They just did a takeover at the arena the other day. I live in California, so I wasn't there, but I heard it went great. They have a little bit of a leg up because they have a couple of people who used to work for the team. They're just great. It's so much fun. They do pregame and postgame shows. So obviously PHNX has to be up near the top of the list. Obviously the solar panel with Dave King and Brandon Zona. And
Dave is hottest free agent in Suns pods
Jake.
Across the board. Jake, for sure.
Fallen founder in the chat. Dave is kind of the dad of Suns Twitter, and he kind of keeps us in our place. And he runs Brightside, which is a great website, Brightside of the Sun. So obviously they have to be up there. And the third one I just want to give a shout out to. It's called Sunny in Phoenix. It's kind of the OG.
No. Yeah, go.
It's been around at least 8 or 9 years, maybe longer. And, Charlie and Mitch, they're really good guys. They're funny. And I have to give them a shout out. They're great. They don't pod as much as some others, but they're great. And you shut up, Boyd.
Good.
What's your bottom 3? What's your bottom 3? Not including this one.
We're good by you, Justin, the grandfather of the solar panel. Is Dave. What's your bottom 3, Keith?
So, first of all, I don't think there are any bad Suns pods. We're actually really blessed.
I agree with that 100%.
I've listened to a few other teams' pods, and of course, a lot of the national pods, and a lot of them are trash. We have so many great Suns pods, and there really are no bad ones. But just to call out a couple that could improve a little bit. First I'm going to say the Timeline pod. Obviously, they have a lot of fans. They're good at what they do. They're a little bit too much stat heavy for me, a little bit too nerdy. They've talked a lot of shit about DA over the years and tried to trade him many, many times. That doesn't really sit well with me. So I think they could do a little better at times. The second one, I'm going to call out a good guy here, Coach Evan B, the He's on Fire pod. He's a little bit too negative for me sometimes. I like the guy, but, I'm a little more like Justin. I'm a little more positive and optimistic. And, I don't go on a podcast to listen to a bunch of negativity. So I think Evan could increase the positivity a little bit there. And then the third one I want to call out, even though I really like it and I like this guy, is the Suns Mode podcast in Valley Sunna. I like the guy a lot, but, he never has any guests on. It's always just him. And, it gets a little boring listening to just one person all the time. And it's really hard, and he does a great job just being one person doing the podcast. But he's got to get some guests on from time to time.
Yeah, I think you missed an opportunity there for another pod that's one person all the time, which is Locked On Suns.
He's all right.
Come on, guy.
I have mixed feelings about that one.
My God, it puts me to sleep.
My only major problem with him is he talks a lot of shit about DA too. He thinks we're dead. So
anyone shits on DA, and you're right on him, aren't you, Keith?
Amen.
Good on you.
I don't go as hard as I used to, but I don't appreciate that because he's doing his best for us. So.
I agree 100%. Boyd, any questions for Keith?
Well, yeah. Any questions? Oh, yeah. Okay. What about? I saw you and Dan Duarte having a little to and fro the other day on Twitter. Do you hate Dan Duarte? Because we love him, and if you do hate him, why do you hate him?
He's a good guy. I don't hate him. We just have a little disagreements here and there.
Good.
Stupid stuff.
It's mostly political shit, right?
Yeah, just semi-political stuff.
Cool.
It is what it is. But Dan's a good guy, and obviously he's with Justin and Paul on the Fanning the Flames podcast. So how can I hate Dan? I can't hate the guy.
Oh, good. I just wanted to get that out because I Dan's one of my favorites, and I was like, I'm going to spring it on Sunderous when I get on there about that little Twitter beef, which I
do you hate?
It's all good.
Do you hate Justin like the rest of us?
Of course not. He's one of my fellow optimistic people. How could I hate Justin?
All right. I've got one more question, Sunderous.
All right, go shoot it.
All right. Okay. Justin, Derbyshire World, Paul, and Dan Duarte. You got to root one, shoot one, marry one. Who you got?
What was the first one? Shoot, marry, and what?
Root. Fuck.
Okay, see, that's another Australian word. I had no idea what you meant by that.
Yeah, root. Yeah. Root one, shoot one, marry one. What do you got?
Oh, God. You got to give me a second to think about that one.
Start with marry first. That's the easiest one. I'll probably shoot.
I guess I'll say marry Justin just because we're both optimistic. So hopefully we would get along and be compatible.
Long-lasting. Yep.
And it should work out.
He'll make
similar,
He'll make
similar worldviews. Yeah. I could. I think that could work. And I don't want to shoot either one of them. They're such nice guys.
Come on, let's go.
But
you got to rip the last two then. You got to fuck them both.
Yeah, I don't know even how to answer that, but I think Dan could be a good one to root just because we have had some beef, so it could be a pretty fiery.
Mate, it would be fucking there. Bouncing off the walls. It'd be fucking unreal. Send me a video when this all finally happens. By the way,
it'll be up on Pornhub first. So
Well, I'll see it then. I'll see it.
You got it bookmarked. Okay, I like it.
Yeah. We're good there. We're good.
All right, Keith, any questions you have for us about Australia, about anything else, throw it at us.
So my first question is just how many times you guys have been to Phoenix? I've only personally been once, so you guys might have me beat here. I only went for the first game of the finals against the Bucks. I flew out. I didn't know if we'd ever make another finals, and it's the first time I ever went to Phoenix, and it was the time of my life. But how many times have you guys been to Phoenix?
I've been once, which was for the finals last year, which we didn't make.
Mate, I've never been because I had too many kids. The only reason I shaved my head is because I can't afford to get fucking haircuts nowadays. I've got that many fucking leeches fucking taking all my money. So I couldn't afford to go over with Gavin. I was just having my fifth baby during that time as well. But yeah, no, look, I plan on going over though for I'm gonna take my partner over and marry her in Vegas, and I'm going to get Fallen Founder, Jake, to be the celebrant or whatever it is, and marry us in Trump,
I love it.
because that'll be fucking funny. Marry us in that Trump voice that he does. It's going to be fucking hilarious, and we'll do a proper one, like a proper thing. But I just want to. It's going to do that. He's going to do it for free too because we're from Australia, so that's going to be great. So yeah, in the next couple of years, so I turn 40. I want to come over for my 40th, and I'll probably do the whole marriage thing then. So yeah. I'll see you then, Sunderous. You'll have to make the trip over.
Let's do it.
Was it a 40-minute flight from California?
Yeah, an hour or so. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, it was
and
nice.
I only had one other question for you guys. Did you guys ever get a response from Jock Landell? What the hell's up with that? Is he coming on the pod?
No, we didn't.
Boyd fucked it up again?
Boyd spent fucking 3 months abusing the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
And we're never going to get him. But Jock, if you're watching this, it's only Boyd. Boyd's the only piece of shit. Come on. And I promise you that if you come on, I won't even let Boyd on the pod.
Good. Well, I can't come on anyway.
Ever.
Oh man, he's so look. I fucking love Jock. I didn't love begging the fucking guy. He should have came on straight up as soon as we fucking said something. We're the only Aussie Suns fan podcast, and he should have just come on. That pissed me off. And Gavin just went over the board on his fucking day fucking 14 of asking Jock to come on the pod. Fuck off with that. Oh fucking, I hated that.
He was a little thirsty.
Go shave your fucking head again, idiot. All right, we're going to move on to the greatest part of this podcast. Have you both got a pen and paper?
Yes, let's do it.
Just a moment, sir. Fuck it. My handy dandy notebook.
The pressure is on.
We're all waiting for Boyd.
I can't do any worse than Hamo, so.
No, that's true. Can't do
Nate.
any worse than Hamo. And definitely Nate. This one, a little bit tricky. Are you ready, gents? I might have to run it twice. Here we go. All right. Do you need it again?
I definitely need it again.
Boyd, you need it again?
I don't think I'm going to get the one that I couldn't see. But yeah, no, go.
Go again?
Go again.
Here we go. All right. Guys in the chat, no comments until we ask.
I'm not even going to look at it.
All right.
First one.
Was that
Okay,
Ish Smith?
That was going to be my guess as well.
Boyd?
Ish Smith.
It was indeed Ish Smith. Who was the second?
I think it was Teledovic, Mirza.
Yes.
Boyd?
Yes, it was Mirza Teledovic.
It was Mirza Teledovic. Look at you two go. Who was number 3? Keith?
This one, I don't know. I think his name's like Paul Smith or something, but I'm really not sure.
Yeah, I'm lost for. I know the fucking. I know the face. I missed that one.
Guys in the chat, who was the third? And Richie is correct.
Van Arsdale. Nah, I wouldn't have got that.
Oh, shit. Which Van Arsdale? There's
Dick
two.
Van Arsdale.
Big dick. Big dick.
The big dick.
Should have known you'd put a big dick on here besides Boyd.
Justin knows that as well. So does Sonia. And Blaze.
Very nice. Very nice.
You guys aren't up to it. Who was the last one?
Big Bo Outlaw.
Yeah, Bo Outlaw.
It was Bo Outlaw. 3 out of 4. Well done, Jeds.
That's my average, mate.
No, it really isn't.
Fuck it is.
Outside of that, I've got a question for you two.
I would kill everyone in this room for a drop of sweet beer.
So, Homer, please feel free to tell us anything.
Who do you want to have a beer with this week, Keith?
Well, we already touched on it just briefly, but I would have a beer with Coach Pop just to get him drunk and find out what the hell happened with Josh Primo. Did he know? You know, Coach Pop, even though he's been our enemy for a long time, I've had respect for the guy. He seems to be a good dude and one of the greatest coaches in history. So if he had any idea of what was going on with this idiot, then I've lost a lot of respect for Coach Pop. So I'd like to find out what's going on there.
Boyd?
I want to have a beer with Dervish of Well, Paul, because I just want to find out why he doesn't want to come on the pod. I want to find out.
It's pretty rude. It's pretty rude.
You know, what's it like to be fucking held back by Justin on the Fanning the Flames podcast? Because I really feel like he's the, you know, he's got a lot of smarts and he's muzzled a bit. And I just, I just want to get that side of him. Just one-on-one. Me and Paul having a beer.
He always sleeps through the podcast, so I hope
He's
he doesn't
yawning,
sleep
yeah.
through your.
He's yawning because he's bored. He's bored of their repeating themselves and just, he's just on a higher level, Paul.
Yeah, we optimistic fucks can be pretty boring sometimes. So.
I'm not sure I could top that. That's pretty good from you, Boyd. Well done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I honestly, number one though, why he doesn't want to come on our pod? It's pretty rude.
Yeah, it is. I'll get to the bottom of it chugging beers.
Yeah.
Oh, Justin, bed, mate. Fuck, sorry.
My beer, who I want to have a beer with this week is Saul Bookman, but at 2 a.m. in the morning, because he told me 2 a.m. Saul is like the funnest fucking shit ever. So we need him to come on the pod on our Monday pods, 2 a.m. And if anyone watched the PHNX podcast today, he was so down. He was flat. He just looked like sad. So I just want to have a beer with him and cheer him up. Give him a cuddle. I mean, Saul, pep up just a little bit. Who's your flog of the week, boys? Hold on.
Don't be a flog.
Keith.
So mine's not going to be NBA related, even though there's so many choices. There's so many bad things going on in the NBA right now. We've already talked about a lot of them. there's really one thing that pissed me off this week more than anything else, and that was fucking HBO, man. They canceled Westworld without a fucking ending. One of the greatest sci-fi shows of all time. Used to be my favorite show, and then Severance and The Boys came along. But Westworld season 4 was awesome. They only needed one more season 5, to give it a proper ending and ride off into the sunset. But the budget was a lot, and they canceled the fucking thing with no warning and no ending. I hate when they do that to sci-fi shows. Fuck you, HBO.
I thought it was a Western.
Is that the movie with Kevin Costner in it? Oh, I don't even know.
No,
it's a series. It's a series, I think.
It's a series about robots taking over the world, basically. They were set in a Western theme at first, but they broke out.
I might be thinking about Yellowstone. I think that's a Western.
Yellowstone. So
yeah,
good.
Yellowstone.
Yeah. Good movie.
Robots.
Boyd, who Yellowstone robots. Who's your plug of the week, Boyd?
Bro, it's a bit mundane, but it's got to be Kyrie, hasn't it? It's just fucking piling on shit after shit after shit with that guy, and it's really really entertaining to watch. But he's a fucking flog, man, and I love that it's all happening publicly. Fucking don't care about his fucking mental health and all that sort of shit because he's a fucking idiot, and he chooses to fucking spread all that misinformation. It's just fucking fuck you, Kyrie.
He needs to be on the Lakers and bring them down. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I couldn't share this yet, but Sonia tried to jump in and give up my flog. Nike, why the fuck can't we get fucking jerseys in Australia? We can't get the sunburst. We can't get the statement. We get fuck all. What I've had to do is get people to go to the games and try and find fucking jerseys so that we can buy it and get it shipped over. Nike, what is your problem with Australia? Do you hate us?
Is it Nike or Phoenix? The Phoenix Suns?
No, it's Nike. I sent a message to the Suns. It is Nike.
Well, don't worry about Nike. Just get the $15
and the worst thing is,
from China.
We have an NBA store here in Melbourne. There's now one in Sydney, and they can't sell the fucking jerseys because Nike won't let them.
Oh, really? Oh.
It's probably because you say fucking Nike and not Nike. At least pronounce it right. Get it right, guys. Come on.
It's Nike, man. Come on.
Nike.
Oh,
Nike. Dear Nike/Nike, fuck you. Stop ripping us off for fucking jerseys. The only fucking thing I can go in and buy from the NBA shop is a fucking Steve Nash jersey from 28 years ago. I want a fucking sunburst of DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges. I don't give a fuck. Let me buy a jersey.
I want an Aussie Londale jersey. That's what I want.
Londale
from China.
Now, isn't it Landale? People have been pronouncing it Londale.
It is.
Okay, you're confusing me now.
You're right, Sonia. I'm very cheap. If I get a Chinese jersey and it's fucking poor quality, I'll fucking email them back too. I give them a what for. I'll say, oi, what the fuck's going with this? Anyway.
Blaze, Basketball Jersey World has a sun selection finally, but it's full of dated shit. They also have the Sunburst, Blaze. Youth Sunblaze. Or Sunburst. Youth Sunburst. So when you're a fat fuck like me, Youth Sunburst don't work.
Right there with you.
Here we go. Yeah, fuck you, Nike/Nike. Oh my fucking God, facts, Gav. You can get it off the website, but Richie, you can't get it off the website. By the time you get through to the cart, they go, we can't ship to Australia.
Oh, that's it. Oh, okay.
So Nike/Nike, go fuck yourself. Guys, awesome fun today. Keith,
Always.
thank you so much for jumping on. Really appreciate it. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you? Keep in mind, we have people who listen on audio. So,
Yeah, I listen to audio a lot as well, so I certainly understand that. You can find me at Sunderous Dunks on Twitter and also in the YouTube comment. Just like it sounds, just like Thunderous Dunks, but Sunderous Dunks. And the name is Keith, but just find me at Sunderous Dunks. And thanks for having me, guys. Pleasure, totally.
awesome to have you on, mate. We had a fucking ball today. But, Boyd, where can everyone find you?
At Boods83.
No, it says Boods. It doesn't say
Boods.
Boods. It doesn't.
Anyway,
Boods,
at Boods.
Boods has a U. So,
hey, am I the only one, Gav, that when we found out that Sunderous Dunks was Keith, did you just kept thinking of Keithy George from Chopper?
I did a little bit.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is. Is that a compliment or an insult?
That's a nice little picture, Keithy.
Oh, God, this sounds
Keithy
bad.
George. Hey, look up a movie called Chopper, an Australian movie. It's got Eric Banner. It's just about a crook in Australia from years ago, and it's a funny bit. It's a more a comedy, really. Yeah. Neville Bartos
Guys,
and Keithy.
Follow us at Guesswork Gav, at Aussie Suns fans. We had a ball today. Thank you very much, Keith. Thank you, Boyd. We'll see you next week on Sunday. Hopefully, another special guest. Love you guys. See you later.
See you guys.
As Chris Paul gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long-range jumper.
P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Chris Paul bring a dinner with the dish. D-Book on the corner with the swish. We the Valley, hating with the dunk. Posterizing, now the crowd getting pumped. We the best, I ain't talking about Cali. Who's next? Never winning in the Valley. Can't wait for that championship rally. Send them home, send them back to Cali. Stand up if you're down for the Suns. Put a finger in the air, we number one. P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing.